Hello everyone, welcome to iCanHazDraw. This is Sherry, and in this lesson I'm going to show you how to draw a spooked Halloween cat on a fence with a moon behind it. This is a classic illustration for Halloween. So let's get started with a round circle, big round circle for the moon, big as you can make it on your paper. Make sure you leave a little bit of room at the bottom. That's where your fence is going to go. You can draw a horizontal line across the bottom, I'd say that's the bottom fourth of the moon. I didn't really make mine very even, did I? That's okay, because this fence is going to be kind of twisted and broken and disheveled, and that's what makes Halloween Halloween. Everything's a little bit off. There we go. Tipping the paper helps too. Sometimes. Next I'm going to draw the cat. First I'm just starting with this arch shape. This is basically where the legs and the back are going to go. I really exaggerate that arch. And then I'm going to draw a smaller arch inside of it. This is going to be the legs and the body of the cat. Next I'm drawing the head onto the front of the cat, and this longish shape is the tail. Now I'm going to draw in the boards of the fence, and all I'm doing here is a bunch of lines. They're not straight up and down. If you want to make your fence up and down, perfect, that's fine. I'm choosing not to in this instance because I prefer to make things kind of off-kilter looking when it comes to Halloween stuff. I'm leaving some gaps. Pushing some boards up and some boards down. It's not gonna be a straight line. Also, it looks kind of boring when you have a straight line right across the image, and I want to make it jagged to kind of keep it interesting. I'm gonna make that moon just a little bit bigger. I realize this may appear to be going really fast, but you guys can, of course, pause it if you want to and go back. That's what's beautiful about this method of learning, is with videos, online learning. You can stop it and start it and go back and forth, and you can just do it over and over again as many times as you want. I just happen to work at a very quick speed, so don't feel bad if you're not up to that level yet. That's okay. Okay, I think it's time to draw in the cat's face. What I'm going to do for this particular cat face is the same lesson that I taught earlier. I'm going to use that same model, so it'd be best if you go check that video out before proceeding, so you'll know how to get this one right. I go into detail on how to draw the eyes and the nose and the mouth and the ears. The only thing different about this particular cat and the one where I just taught you how to draw the face is I'm not going to draw the teeth. It's just too tiny. It's not going to be worth drawing that in. It's hardly going to be noticeable. So I'm leaving the mouth open and clear of anything in it. And here you can see I'm doing some jagged fur on the face. I'm going to add the paws now. Just little circles, really, with little flat bottoms on it. That's all that is. Or if you want, you can just make you can make circles where they're not flat. It's up to you. Whatever you think looks best. And I'm exaggerating the arch of that cat's body. I'm lifting it up, that belly a bit, so it looks like it's sucking its gut in. And just like I did for the face, I'm making these jagged triangle shapes all across the back of the cat as well as on the tail. This is to represent the cat's hair standing on end when it's spooked. If you've ever seen a spooked cat, you'll notice their hair goes up on end like that. Okay, so I'm all done drawing everything. It's time to outline my entire drawing. And if anyone who's been watching me before knows, I'm very spontaneous, so I usually follow along my own guidelines with a pencil. But sometimes I cheat right at the very end and I change stuff up. And if you want to do that as well with your drawing, that's fine. Depends on how comfortable you feel. And for straight lines like this, I just pick a point and pull, pick a point and pull. Don't feel obligated to go fast. Take your time. And if you do want to go fast, that's more power to you. That's awesome. Okay. Now I'm going to draw the cat, the rest of the cat. And you can probably see how, the reason why, not how, but the reason why I'm not doing a whole lot of detail on the cat's face, because it's so small. You know, that Sharpie marker tip would probably just mess it up, because there's just not enough room to get all the details, and that's fine. That's how things are when they're a distance from you. You don't want to get all the details. If you try to do all the details on something that looks far away, it destroys the illusion of distance, and it looks all muddled. And the last thing I'm going to draw is the moon. It's just one smooth stroke for me. If you don't feel comfortable with that, that is fine. You know, do what's comfortable for you. Now I'm going to erase everything that is not needed. Alright, now this image looks pretty good by itself, so if you want to use that for your cards or you know, a decoration, that's fine. However, in this case I am going to color it all the way. So I'm starting with the eyes with my neon yellow, and then for the pupil of the eyes I'm going to color a green. Next, I'm going to color in the nose with the pink, as well as the mouth. Again, there's just not very much space there, so it was really fast and easy. Now it's time to color in the moon. I've picked a goldenrod color, and I'm going to start filling in these small gaps between the cat's legs and the body there. I find that starting small and working my way towards bigger portions of the picture seem to work best for me. If you ever get to watch the moon rise, then it helps if you live somewhere maybe in the suburbs or away from the city, especially if you have a low horizon where there's not buildings in the way. Or trees or mountains, you can watch the moon rise and see that it is actually close to this color. The reason for that is because there's so much dust in the atmosphere that when the moon rises above the horizon where you are, it looks yellow, and of course as it goes higher up in the sky it looks white. So there you go, you get a science lesson in your art lesson. Cool, huh? Next, I'm going to color in the sky. I've picked a blue, kind of a dark blue. I've found that when coloring larger spaces with markers, it creates this overlapping effect. I'm not particularly fond of that effect. However, markers are great for getting colors spread across, really bold colors spread across in a short time. So if you want to mix and match your media, maybe use colored pencils instead of a marker for darker colors, that's fine, or paints. And some of this, even in my videos, some of these color arrangements are experimental. So, if you don't like how something turns out towards the end, I understand. I'm always learning. It's a learning process for me. Here for the fins, I just picked a regular old dark brown. I kind of like the textures here, because the fence with all the wooden planks does have texture. You know, it has all those crazy lines if you're to look at a fence in real life. So I don't mind it so much here. I think if I was to redo this image over, I would probably use a colored pencil for the sky, but you know, it's already done, so I'm not going to sweat it. There we go. That looks pretty good. Got a fence for a kitty cat all colored in. The last part is the kitty cat himself, or herself if you want to be a girl. And I'm going to use black this time. I know I used purple for the face in my other video, but this time I am going to just use black because this cat is creating a silhouette against a bright moon, so I want to make it as contrasting as possible. And plus, you know, it's Halloween, black cat, right? Looks good with that orange, yellow-orange anyway. And I'm taking my time as I'm coloring in between all these little pointed, jagged triangle shapes. There's no need to rush here, because if I do rush, then I could accidentally color over the eyes or the nose or the mouth, and I don't want to do that because that's an important part of the cat's facial expression. And of course, I'm not going to worry about getting it perfect when I color this side of the face, since it's already on top of the body, which I'm going to color black anyway, so I'm not going to try to get all meticulous on that side. I'll just color straight across. It may be hard to see with this camera that I'm using, but you can see in real life my Sharpie marker outline of this cat, so it looks kind of blurry now, but I promise if you guys use the same materials, you will see the outline of your cat. If you decide to color it black, you'll still see it. You can always outline it with some more Sharpie if you want to. In this case, I'm just going to leave it be. I kind of like just seeing the silhouette as is. I think that's enough for this picture. So there you have it. There is your classic Halloween spooky cat on a fence with the moon behind it. This was a really fun piece because I usually don't do illustrations like full scenes. I just do characters and whatnot. But this was a nice break from the norm. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this lesson. I hope you have just as much fun drawing it. And please check out our Facebook page. Like, share with your friends, comment in the section below. Let me know what you guys thought of this particular tutorial. And y'all have a great day. iCanHazDraw.